offense comes out with Vinny Testaverde, a New Yorker, big fella in there at quarterback. He's a good one, but he's been dinged with 13 interceptions. Warren Williams, very quick running back. Alonzo Highsmith is a power man, a 230-pounder. Brian Blades is a speedster at split end, and the flanker is Michael Irvin. He's a 6'2", 200-pounder, and he runs about a 4.4. He's one of the outstanding tight ends I've ever seen, but he just flat dropped that one. Paul Berticelli is a 255-pound tackle. Dave Alekna is a 240-pound guard. Greg Riccozzi at center, 265. Paul O'Connor at guard, 265. And Ed Davis at tackle, 260 pounds. And it's a relatively young team. On second down and 10, they go to the run and bounce Highsmith outside. He gets it up across the 25 to the 27. Oklahoma sends out on their defensive unit these people. And the four rush men, the down men up front, in a sense, are Darrell Reed, Richard Reed, Curtis Williams, and Steve Bryan. Casillas is not there because he's hurt and probably going to be out a month. Kevin Murphy is an All-American at defensive end. The backers you saw, and there is the secondary for Oklahoma. And Testaverde wants to throw, gets it deep downfield. He's got a man, but the pass is just a little bit too long to Brian Blades. Blades had pulled away from the defender on it of Oklahoma, and the Sooners send out Troy Aikman. Aikman's pretty good size, 6'3", 215 at quarterback. Leon Perry at left half. Perry's 220-pound freshman. Patrick Collins is a 185-pound sophomore, and the fullback is Lydell Carr, a 215-pound sophomore. So they're young in the backfield. Wide receiver is Derek Shepard, 185 pounds, 5'11". Tight end is Keith Jackson, the big sophomore out of Little Rock, 240. Mark Hudson, a tackle at 280. Eric Pope at guard, 265. Travis Simpson at center, 265. The right guard is Anthony Phillips, 275, redshirt freshman. Greg Johnson is 3. Second down and 7. The ball is handed off inside. The gain is up to the 28 by Lydell Carr, the fullback, brought down by Jerome Brown. Brown is a 265-pound tackle on the front, along with Dan Stubbs, Derwin Jones, and John McVeigh. The backers are Fleming, George Myra Jr. Yep, that's George's son, Winston Moss. And the secondary of Ellis Fullington, a surprise starter today. Selman Brown and Vinny Blades, the brother of Bernie. For Oklahoma, he's number 27. Ball is handed to the up man for the first down. Lydell Carr, the first man out of that wishbone, and Carr with good leg drive pounds it in there before Jerome Brown can bring him down. First man is Carr. He gets the ball, and George Myra, the middle linebacker, gets him at about the 46. Still going with Carr. This time Miami's reaction to him is quicker, and they stop him at maybe a half yard with Derwin Jones and Jerome Brown, the two big guys in the center of the defensive front. Pinch. Jimmy Johnson in his second year at Miami, now ready to watch his offense go from the 9-yard line. If Kintai had fair caught the ball, he'd be up at the 12. If he'd left it alone, it might have been in the end zone. But they go from the 9. And Testaverde's back to throw and has good protection. Throws underneath to the 20-yard line to Warren Williams, the back swinging out of the backfield, and he's got a first down. Here. Second down and call it 7, and Testaverde back to throw. He had Smith down the middle, and Smith is knocked down by an Oklahoma defender. Testaverde finally dumps it. Ball is caught by Williams, and he's got a first down up around the 44-yard line.
But watch the mobility of Testaverde. Gets away. Now he throws the ball to Williams, number 24, and watch out. These Miami backs can fly with that football once they catch that pass.
And they're off the hook, and Testaverde now with some daylight goes big with it. Down the sidelines for Irvin. He's got the ball. He's on his way. Touchdown, Miami. He burned Derek White, the cornerback. 56-yard touchdown pass.
Watch the arch of this football. He knows he's got to lay the ball over the cornerback and drop it in front of inside of the safety man. The safety man was nowhere there. It was really his responsibility. Michael Irvin, freshman, 6'2", 195 pounds, with Blaze in the seam. 14 White right there is to release him to the safety man. Now, where is the safety man? Where is the safety man? Nowhere to be found. results in a touchdown. Raymond, 35, was late getting there.
8:44 to go. Is the referee. There's Andy Presgrove, Dale Shoryers, Joe Pipkin, John Schroeder, Virgil Deering, and Bobby Bernard.
Holding on the run back. It'll be first down.
And so the...
Here, Keith, was the scene moments ago in Legion Field. Last play of the game, Alabama versus Tennessee. Tennessee leading 16-14. Van Tiffen from 61 yards out, just short. Tennessee, Johnny Majors has beaten Ray Perkins 3 times by a combined margin of 5 points. They win it today, 16-14. Yours, Keith.
Tennessee wins one. How about Tony Robinson? We'll check with Jim on that a little while later. But right now, here comes Leon Perry to the outside. And he picks up a first down for Oklahoma up across the 25 at the 26-yard line. The picture, that would be Derek Shepard. Aikman turns and goes down the line with it. Pitches it late to Collins, gets a block on the corner, turns the corner, and picks up about 6-7 yards. On the season, he's explosive, had a big run against Texas. Last week, Aikman back to throw on first down, goes for the bundle, and it is caught by Keith Jackson. And Jackson is out of bounds inside the 20 at the 16-yard line.
Keith, did you see a little bit of shove? Just before the jump, it looked like there was a throwback pattern, something that the Oklahoma coaches said that Miami may be vulnerable to. Fake one way, throw it back. But right here, Jackson is 6'3". He goes up and catches the ball beautifully. Outstanding basketball player, 50-yard gain on the reception.
He may be in hunting for Steve Zabel's record before he is done for catching passes at a tight end position. Just enough contact on the block to sort of nudge him out of the way. Otherwise, he'd have had him behind the line of scrimmage. Those are the people hurt for the Oklahoma Sooners.
As the game goes along.
Second down and 7 from the Miami 14. Pass to the corner. Good. Touchdown. Oklahoma. Of the Shepard brothers makes the catch from Aikman.
Take the wishbone, the triple option. Now you isolated the defensive back on 101 on the wide receiver. No contest. Ellis could
down in 9.
Gee.
It's Alonzo Highsmith to the outside. Big man puts his shoulder down and bangs into the Derek White, the cornerback. Picks up about 7. Here's Jim.
2 scores in the top 10. Nebraska has beaten Missouri 28-20. Dale Klein's 7 field goals tied an NCAA record. Ohio State final at 41-27 over Purdue. Byers with his first 2 touchdowns of the season, and they provided the difference. Purdue turned it over 5 times to none for the Buckeyes, and that was key to the outcome of the game. Keith?
Highsmith sweeping. Sonny Brown, strong safety out of Alice, Texas, makes the play for the Sooners.
When your own offense runs the football, you know how to play defense against the run.
Story of the Alabama-Tennessee game that Jim Lampley gave you a few minutes ago.
Reverse, Keith.
Goes to Collins. 2 men in front of it.
But there's a flag down, Keith.
Big play for Oklahoma, but there's a flag waiting back up at the line of scrimmage.
Oklahoma feels very strongly that Miami is such a pursuing team, chasing the ball carrier immediately, that they had planned to throw back and run reverses in this ball game.
They're inside the 35 as Aikman drops to throw and shoots it down the middle where Keith Jackson, the tight end, is wide open. And he's got a first down. No, he doesn't either. He's short of the first down by 2 yards. Aikman still got it and turns upfield for the first down. Gets a block out in front of him, and he's hit the chalk. He's out of bounds at the 21. He's out of bounds at the 21.
Even after handing off to Lydell Carr, look at the crowd. 3 people waiting right there to tackle Carr. Not enough people left to take on Aikman, the quarterback. Good blocking downfield by the wide receiver, number 3, Shepard. And Aikman shows some running ability there, more than people had said that he had. 26-yard gain.
And first down at the 21. Down in 7 for Oklahoma. The ball is inside the Miami 19. Aikman down the line with it, pitches back to Perry. Perry's got a crowd, but he's, as Frank said, big and strong, and he makes something out of it as he gets to the Miami 15. Boy, that won't work. The Miami people were all over Damon Stell as Aikman was off the snap, dropping back as if to throw the ball, and slipped it off Tim Lasher. 1 out of 1 between 30 and 40. Block! Ball slammed back, rolling way back upfield where Miami covers it. Miami.
Jerome Brown comes right up the middle, Keith. No one touched him. There he is, and he goes a tremendous leap, gets his hands up in front of him.
Don't lose a lot with Dante Jones in there. Back goes Testaverde to throw. Has some time, has some open field, gets it away. Pass is good to Urban, who has a touchdown already, and he's still working at it. And finally down around the 26-25-yard line. 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Mel Bratton is in for the first time today. Testaverde rolls it out, drops one off inside to Highsmith. And Highsmith, running hard after making the catch, is knocked out of bounds around the 13. Again, Jim.
All right, Keith, you have told the viewers that Syracuse leads 20-17. Here are the particulars. They got a touchdown pass from McPherson to Mike Ciano, 45 yards with 7 minutes left. It is now close to 5 minutes left in the game. Penn State, with only 92 yards offense in the first half, is having serious difficulty moving the football in the Carrier Dome and is in trouble. Back to you.
Ball is handed off to Bratton. Mel Bratton, big barrel-chested, tough runner, is inside the 10 and dropped around the 8-yard line. Hurricane. They're trying to untie it right here. Handed ball to Bratton. He was hit by 2 Sooners at the line of scrimmage, maybe behind it, but he powered his way inside the 5. With that third tight end in a blocking back position, but go the other way with Bratton, and he won't get his first down. He's going to be a step short of it. Sonny Brown came over and knocked him out of bounds. They go to, they keep it. The quarterback, Testaverde, touchdown. Quarterback bootleg.
Surprised by Jimmy Johnson. He played that way, and he coaches that way. Testaverde would keep the ball on 4th down and 3 inches. Oklahoma didn't, because they chased the backs all the way to the right of our screen. Look how wide open the quarterback is. Number 7, Liddell Green.
15 to go in the first half. The Miami Hurricanes have come back to reassume the lead, 14-7 over the Sooners.
Second and 9.
Now they break the ball, go double wide. Aikman back to throw it. Jackson's underneath, and he has the ball, and he has a first down up at the 34. So Keith Jackson with his 3rd catch of the ball game. Again, Jim.
More from the Carrier Dome. A fumble recovery by Graham, a 42-yard drive, a touchdown pass from Schaefer to Steve Smith. Penn State leads 24-20, a minute, 53 seconds to go, and we'll let you know as soon as that score is final. And incidentally, Keith, congratulations from Bino and Doug and me on your 39th birthday yesterday.
And the Sooners have a first down near the 34 of Miami. Aikman straight back this time, just dumps this one to Maloney. And Maloney, running hard with some blocking help, spins close to a first down.
Oklahoma pass for more than they've run. Many years.
That's a long time, yeah. That ball is given to Lydell Carr, the fullback, and he's got 7 yards on that carry. Still is 27. Carr for the first down. Ball comes bouncing loose, and Oklahoma recovers it. I thought they might have called him down, but didn't. That ball was bounding around, and Keith Jackson dove on it and recovered it.
You can't find it, Keith.
Aikman to throw. Has a man. Wide open. Shepard. And Derek Shepard, who scored Oklahoma's touchdown, picks up a first down for them at the Miami 17. Ellis and Blades brought him down.
The fake Shepard to do all that faking. There's nobody to fake to, Keith. Look at there. There's still no one in the picture. Finally, someone gets there to make the tackle. He was going through those fakes, and he
Aikman to throw again, and Jerome Brown's after him, and he's got it.
He's a stud, that Brown. Number 98 is 275.
He ran him right into John McVay and got a piece of it, and Aikman is not up yet. He got pinched between 230-pound John McVay and 265-pound Jerome Brown.
Guard comes clean, breaks right through penetration. One thing that Jimmy Johnson loves to teach. He puts his defensive men on the shoulders where they can penetrate the gaps and cause the bad play, and they do. We'll be right back with
The field goal from the 46-yard line. It's a little outside of Tim Lasher's range, but Thompson has plenty of leg, and he missed it. He hooked the ball and couldn't draw it back into the uprights. And at 9:01 to go in the first half, Troy Aikman, they're looking at his ankle or knee. It's an ankle. It's the left ankle. So he got trapped.
Lampley again in New York. It is final in the Carrier Dome. Penn State now having won 6 straight games by a combined margin of 24 points on the season as they beat Syracuse 24-20. Also at Chestnut Hill, West Virginia beat Boston College for the 6th straight time. Next week in the Nittany Mountains, West Virginia will visit Penn State, and we will cover that game regionally here on ABC Sports. Back to
In with Tim Brent.
Keith, you were right about it being his left leg. It is his ankle. They are looking at it now. The orthopedic surgeons have looked at it. They are going to try to get some weight on it and see if, in fact, how serious the injury is. You can see Troy was in a lot of pain. He got it twisted underneath there, and then a tackler came down on top of it. But right now it is his left ankle. They don't realize how serious it is yet.
2nd down and 8, zipped upfield, complete to Smith. Smith's got a first down for Miami at the I formation this time. And the ball goes to Mel Breton. Big back, crosses midfield and goes to the Oklahoma 49. He picked up at least 9 yards before Liddell Glenn could bring him down.
this Miami football team is moving the ball effectively against the #1 defense in the country. Last year, as we look at Troy Aikman, Keith, I believe they're going to take him to the dressing room and either x-ray it, put ice on it, and try to stop the swelling. He is hurt.
That means we will see Holloway on the next offensive series, the freshman. And they say he is
Fast.
An old Oklahoma expression, quick as a hiccup. On 2nd and short, long pass downfield, Testaverde to Willie Smith, and the Miami Hurricanes are cooking at the Oklahoma 30. Testaverde dumps it in a hurry to Breton. Breton is gang tackled at the 23.
This time, Oklahoma put the blitz on. Is it Miami?
3 wides now, leaving Breton alone. And on 3rd and 3, Testaverde has a lot of protection. He elects to go to the end zone and overthrows the real estate. Distance, almost blocked, but he gets it away, and he missed it to the left. Rayburn flashed across there and almost blocked that kick, but it missed anyway. Possession, that's the longest period of time they have held the ball so far in the game. But they came away empty with it. Oklahoma takes over, first down from their own 23, and here's Holloway in the ball game. Jameel Holloway throwing to Shepard, and it's a first down for Oklahoma at the 42-yard line. So there's a bit of a surprise.
Here's the freshman Jameel Holloway playing for the first time today. Had a couple of snaps before. Basically going in with a game close, first time.
Pitches the ball well. It goes outside to Steppard. Anthony Steppard goes for a first down. Boy, they got speed on the corners. They always have speed on the corners. He's checking off. He's a brassy young fellow, isn't he? There goes the fullback. And Lydell Carr galloping down to the 36 for a first down. No, Carr's out. Anderson is in there at fullback. Give the ball to Patrick Collins. And he is another busy sort of a runner as he moves the ball inside the 30.
Boy, that
We've had, what, 1 penalty flag so far in this ball game.
And I don't believe we've had a turnover, have we?
It's 2nd down and a long 3. And the fullback, Rodney Anderson, carries a 205-pounder out of Dickinson, Texas, and he does not get the first down.
That's 8th rusher that we've had carry the ball for Oklahoma today. Here's the blitz.
They take it inside, and Miami stops Patrick Collins.
They give him all that he could make, Keith, and it's going to be very close. Maybe a foot short. Big play for Oklahoma and a big play for Miami, because if the wishbone teams have a way, Keith, of scoring on short yardage.
I think that ball came loose and was rolling around, and Miami has stopped the play. Holloway, I think, missed his handoff to Lydell Carr, and as a result, Miami clobbered him and they hold Oklahoma and take over the football.
Run out of the Oklahoma locker room. I was in there with Dr. David Fisher as he was watching Troy Aikman, the Oklahoma quarterback. The X-ray is back now, and Troy has a fractured fibula in his left, just above his left ankle. So it is a fracture. He is gone, and now it's up to Jameel Holloway, the youngster, as you watched him.
That's a four-week. Yeah, that is sad. That's a 4-week injury.
Who has a broken left ankle. And Holloway dancing around. If he'd have gone left, he'd have had a lot of daylight. Instead, he went back to the right side. And he's going to pick up maybe 4 yards on the play. Here's Tim Brent.
Keith, I have a little bit more information for you on the injury to Troy Aikman. I told you it is that cracked fibula. I just conferred with Dr. Fletcher again, and he says that an injury of this type usually takes about 6 weeks to heal. That's the average. If that's the case, then Troy Aikman could be back for the Nebraska game, which I believe is November 23rd.
Like you say, Jimmy Johnson, whoops, almost had a man jump, but he got back, and he is going to load it up. Now he throws it away, and that could be flagged. And here they are.
Jimmy, the first question, you have to be pleased, or a statement really, you have to be pleased with your offensive line. They've kept the pressure off. Testaverde, that of course I think was a question mark coming in, was their youth.
Well, I'm pleased with the way the young guys, we don't have a senior starting on offense, and the young guys have really played well this first half, and we expected to move the football. The thing that concerns me is we have worked so hard all week long trying to stop the wishbone, and now they come out throwing the football, and so it really gave us some problems defensively.
With Aikman out of the ball game, he will not return this afternoon. And Holloway, of course, in his first college game, do you put more pressure on him? Do you try to confuse him? How do you handle that?
Well, Holloway's a jitterbug, and besides that, he throws the ball extremely well. And so I don't know that we're going to change much of our game plan defensively. We're still going to stay with what we've been doing because we've been trying to pressure Aikman anyway, so we're going to pressure him.
Jimmy, as many times as you all have put the ball on the ground and turned it over earlier in the year, you've got to be pleased. They've held on nicely.
I think our guys have been really intent. Everybody was concerned that this was such a big ball game, but, really, we play so many big ball games. It's about every other week with our schedule, and so it's no big thing for us to come in here to Oklahoma Field and play against these guys. We play a lot of big ball games.
Well, Keith said the championship you all played for is the big one. Thank you very much, Jimmy. Good luck in the second half. So that's here in Norman, Oklahoma. I'm with Sooner head coach Barry Switzer. And Barry, the first question right off, with Aikman gone now and Holloway in, does that change your game plan at all? You're thinking?
Well, it affects the passing game. The kid's too short to do some of the things Troy does in the passing game. That's what we're going to miss, is Troy's ability to throw the football. We'll probably have to run more options and, do what the kid can do. A lot of predetermined stuff. The kid's doing a good job so far. I'm proud of him, but we're a little short right now.
Barry, I've got to ask you, how do you get more pressure on their quarterback?
Well, it's tough. He scrambles so well. We knew that we're fighting our guts out to try to get to him, but the guy can move around. We knew that he was going to be a problem in that regard. So, 10 out of 16 isn't bad. The first half is even except for one play.
Good luck the second
half.
Thank you. Okay, let's go back upstairs to you, Keith.
Perry and Stell open behind him, and this is Stell with the ball and caught well back of the line of scrimmage by Selwyn Brown. Second down and close to 20 as Holloway sets up the throw, goes deep down the middle for Shepard. He's got it. And a first down at the Miami 39-yard line. And a penalty flag waiting back upfield.
Keith, that was as pretty a throw any freshman has ever passed in his life.
Stell, Carr, and Shepard, the wide man in the offensive alignment for Oklahoma. Jackson, Hudson, Pope, Simpson, Phillips, and Johnson.
Still second down.
Ball at the 15. They need 20. There goes Holloway again. And he's out to the 30. Winchester got that one. Kintyre all the way back to the 20. Penalty flag is thrown back around where the kicker might have been slapped around a little bit. A 51-yard punt. And I think Bubba McDowell may have been the man that came in and nailed the kicker.
Keith, I believe it was running into the kick. The two Miami players hit each other and one knocked his teammate into it. It's 5 yards. If it's running into the kicker, you can see the two going in. And finally, one teammate knocks his other one into Winchester. He falls over, and it's a 5-yard penalty, but it's enough for the first down.
Just enough, yep. Flip it outside. This is Stafford. And Anthony Stafford will have a first down for Oklahoma at the 49 of Miami. Reversing. Going to throw it. This is Derek Shepard. Passes away. Intercepted. The pass is picked off by Benny Blades, who came from his free safety position and cut in front of Keith Jackson and plucked it. On the throw it. And he nails Willie Smith up at the 45-yard line in front of Ricky Dixon. On second down and a long 6. Testaverde back. Again, he's scrambling, and he's got some room, and he's got a first down as he tiptoes out of bounds at the Oklahoma 42. That shouldn't bother the Hurricanes. They're making a lot of waves. Penalty flag flies as Highsmith dives for sufficient yardage for the first down, but let's see about the flag.
13. Yep, 13.
Dumps it off, throws the ball behind Highsmith, and a penalty flag is thrown here. Let's see what John McClintock, the referee, threw it.
It's against the defensive end, a linebacker blitzing Jones. I got the body.
On second down and 23, the pass is nailed to Brian Blades. And Blades is knocked out of bounds a yard short of the first down.
It's like this. Testaverde has to throw the ball before the final cut. This is a great experience. Finally, Blades, number 9, comes in front of the safety man in behind the cornerback. Blades goes inside, then breaks back out. The ball is already on the way, right there. Now as he turns, gets eye contact with the ball, and he's right at the down marker.
20 rushes, 64 yards, and Troy Aikman, who started for Oklahoma, with a broken ankle. Testaverde back. Zips it to the sidelines. It's good to Willie Smith. A pickup of 7 on the play. Down 3. Highsmith finds a hole on the corner. And finally loses his balance and hits the out of bounds at the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal to go Miami now. And if they do, they will overcome 2 holding penalties. Ball is handed off to Highsmith, and he gets down inside the 3. The defense. Testaverde flips the ball out. Highsmith drops it. He was trying to get him out there on a screenplay action. He had 2 blockers in front of him. This time he'll just drop and zip one, and it's incomplete.
Oh, Keith, he missed. Highsmith was wide open.
Irvin was the man that he chose to throw to, but Highsmith was wide open.
All out in the flat. Irvin goes inside, and there's nobody to cover Highsmith in the flat. But the timing was a little quick drop, and the ball is a little bit low. But I guess Irvin was open. He had thrown an accurate pass, but he could have just floated it out with tissue paper. This is just like an extra point, Keith.
Kintai fumbled the snap, but he still knocks it through, and there's a flag. They will take the 3 points and make it a 17-7. Here's another look at the play.
35.
Ball's fumbled, and here comes Rayburn.
Rayburn comes in, and then he charges into the kicker with his headgear, hits him right in the face. 15 yards.
17-7 with 8:49 to go, third quarter. State West Virginia game will be seen in the eastern part of the country, east of the Mississippi, and the rest of the country west of the Mississippi sees Nebraska, Colorado. There, Mel Holloway fought behind the line of scrimmage. He's still fighting, but he's going to lose a chunk. Well, he's had it drummed into him. Don't throw the thing up for grabs and let somebody pick it off. So he kept it. He kept looking for somebody to help him out.
All right, Keith, here's the latest from Iowa City, where Iowa got a Houghton field goal from 27 yards on the last play of the first half and trails Michigan 7-6. Key stat in the first half, long, 12 of 18, 156 yards, no interceptions against the Wolverine defense that had 14 coming in. Back to you.
And falls.
Testaverde on a deep drop now on second down at about 15. And he finally runs out of real estate, and the Miami receivers...
Keith, that's a great call. The receivers did not break back.
18, back on the 35, and they're going after him again. This time the protection is better. Blades is in the corner. He's got it. Touchdown.
Yeah, he threaded a needle. When I tell you he threaded a needle, they won 2 feet. And Highsmith, number 30, on the right of your screen, sees the blitz coming, and he releases, and the protection is good right there. And the drill, now the catch. Watch the was thrown perfectly to Blades over the defensive back's head. He must have misjudged on isolation. Let's see if we can tell. Now, Glenn releases him to the safety man. Where's the safety man? Here he comes. Number 29, Dixon, right there. But he misjudged the depth and came in front of the receiver. Touchdown resulting. Blades there once again.
Oh, bad pitch. Fumble, recovery, Miami on the football is John McVay. As Holloway was hit just as he pitched the ball out, and Miami's got a break.
Once again, Miami using some stunts on the corner at the bottom of your screen, trying to confuse the young freshman. Now, I guess that was Brown again.
Yep,
Jerome Brown right through there, hit him in the back and forced the bad pitch.
Jerome Brown has it's 3rd and 7 from the 19 of Oklahoma. Blitz on, they pick it up. Testaverde shoots it, intended for Smith, and the ball is knocked away by Brian Bosworth. 36-yard field goal try by Greg Cox. And he got it. And it's 27-7 now with 2 minutes and 34 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Miami has control.
He was the manager in Atlanta when I was growing up.
Holloway a little indecisive now as Miami is putting the pressure on him, and he'll pick up a couple of yards. Here's Jim.
All right, here's what's happening in Fayetteville. Texas has gotten 2 Jeff Ward field goals in the 3rd quarter and now leads the football game 12-7 over Arkansas. The kicking game has occasionally bedeviled Arkansas in recent years, and today kicker Greg Horn has missed 3 field goals for the Razorbacks. So right now it's Texas on top of 5th-rated Arkansas 12-7.
Rough times these days for highly ranked teams. This is Patrick Collins trying to get around the corner. And number 32, Selwyn Brown, was almost taken out of the play, but retained enough of his position to get a piece of him. And
could be forced by the defense.
Lydell Carr, going for the first down. He didn't get a whole lot, but I think he got just enough. Holloway rides it off to Lydell Carr, the fullback. And Lydell Carr lays a lick on Benny Blades, and they're both slow to get up. Collision.
Right up the middle. When the fullback pops on the wishbone, the only man that can make the play is the free safety. Now, Blades is a 200-pounder. Tough youngster. He does duck his head, Keith, you're right. When he ducks his head, he puts it right into that knee.
Iowa losing at halftime. Oklahoma losing. Michigan winning. Penn State won. Arkansas losing. Nebraska won. Auburn losing. Air Force won. And Ohio State won. BYU plays tonight. They take it back inside. They're working Carr hard. Quarter run out. So we'll be back after this commercial message and a word from our local stations. At the Miami 47-yard line, Jamil Holloway keeping the ball and gets the first down at the 36 of Miami. Troy Aikman gone with a broken ankle, and the freshman quarterback having to step in and carry the load. Holloway keeping the ball again, turns it upfield, and he's close to another first down. But right now, it is Carr and Holloway doing virtually all of the work. 6-yard line of Miami now, first down Oklahoma. And Holloway gets loose in the middle, and will get about 4, close to 5. Make it 4.
Less than half the work of Aikman.
Keeps it, gets the first down. And he's just inside the 13 of Miami.
He turned on a dime, 90 degrees.
Now they finally give it to another back, Damon Stell, and Stell from the 13 to about the 8. Give the ball to Stell again, and Stell diving for the 3 is close, but I don't know. In the 7. Quarterback Holloway keeps it, and he will have the first down.
Best play to run when you've got a quarterback with quickness. You don't have to fake the ball in the backfield. You're favoring the pass more than the run.
On first and goal, the 20th first down for Oklahoma. The surge is right to the goal line, but it is just short. Town got trapped in the bottom of that melee around the goal line. And they've not been able to get him up as yet. 10:52 to play in the ball game. Oklahoma has had the football in this possession about 6 minutes and 40 seconds.
All right, and more from Fayetteville, Arkansas, where Jeff Ward has now kicked his 5th field goal for Texas. It's 15-7 Longhorns with about 12 minutes to go. Ward now 5 for 5 in the game, and the 5 field goals are a school record. Remember, earlier today, Dale Klein of Nebraska kicked 7 to tie an NCAA record. And my question to Frank Broyles, particularly with all the artificial turf that college teams are playing on now, would you eliminate the kicking tee?
Yes, Jim, I would eliminate the kicking tee, and I would move the goalposts back to their original size that we had them before 1958. I think that the field goal has become too dominant in football today, and make it where it's tough to kick it.
Ball just short of the goal line. Holloway keeps it, and I don't believe he made it.
No, Keith, unless they unpile and he's across the goal line. But the officials had marked it just where he started, about 6 inches from the goal line.
Jim.
Grant Field Lightning by Bo Jackson. He has just gone 76 yards for the Auburn touchdown that has finally given them the lead against Georgia Tech, 17-14. Bo now over 200 yards in the game. So, in the Heisman Trophy race at this moment, you have Chuck Long in a struggle against Michigan, but playing well in Iowa City. Bo Jackson coming through with the big play in Atlanta. Back to you, Keith.
And we're still trying to fix the clock.
Speaking of Bo Jackson, Keith, I don't think we've seen in our time a runner with as much ability, both power and speed. He weighs about 225, and he runs like a 160-pounder.
He gives the ball to Lydell Carr, and Carr, touchdown.
We're on the Miami sideline where they have just finished working with Bruce Fleming. It is a sprained left knee. He is extremely dejected right now and upset because of the injury itself. He is being consoled here by the priest on the sidelines of Miami, but it is a sprained knee. They will not know the extent or the damage of that knee until it is examined further after the game, but right now they say it is a sprained knee. He will not be back the rest of the afternoon.
All right, 10:28 to play in the game, 27-14. Miami leads Oklahoma. Testaverde on the snap from the 20 gives to Alonzo Highsmith, and Highsmith is dragged down for a 2-yard loss.
Kevin Murphy, I believe.
Yep, there's David Kintai is in at flanker for Miami on 3rd down 11. And Testaverde to throw it, and zips it, and he hits Kintai on the money, and his second effort. The initial contact was short of the first down, but Kintai slipped away from Sonny Brown. Defense.
4-man rush.
Linebackers drop Testaverde's pass away. Smith has it, and Smith is knocked down by Brian Bosworth short of the first down. Bosworth went high. Smith almost got loose underneath. Down and 8.
Reverse.
This is Patrick Collins, and Collins finally runs out of room up around the 31-yard line. 6. Here's Holloway, a little deeper drop this time. Gets it off to Shepard and throws it too high. He had to drop it in between two defenders, and he just couldn't do it.
Good call, Keith. The strong safety had dropped back, a one-man pattern.
Oklahoma needs some luck. Testaverde keeps it on a bootleg and sits down at 21.
And he didn't go out of bounds, Keith.
Nope.
He slid into the boundary but stopped so that the clock would continue to roll.
Williams has the first down as he gets to the 26. 4:34 to play. Here's Jim.
All right, the #1 team has taken the lead in Iowa City. A field goal by Houtland from 36 yards out has given the Hawkeyes a 9-7 lead over Michigan. Long is 8 of 11 in the second half. He has thrown an interception, but has the Iowa offense under control. However, Jamie Morris just broke a big run for Michigan, and they are nearing field goal territory. There are still about 10 minutes to go in the game.
Down he goes. 4th sack of the ball game. Kevin Murphy made 2 big defensive plays here in the last couple of minutes. End over end. Shepard fields it, has 2 blocks. and returns it inside the 40. 35-yard punt and a 14-yard return. And Derek Shepard that time just made up his mind, I'm going that way. Boom, and away he went.
That's the way to return the punt, Keith, when you're in this late stage of the ball game. Turn it up, find you a crack, and just hope you can split the defenders and make the long run.
Man down for Miami. They've already lost Fleming to a twisted knee. And you've got 3:06 to play in the football game. It's first down Oklahoma at the Miami 38. Well, if they were to hit one quick here, they would still be in the hunt. Brian Smith was the injured Miami player, got up, trotted off the field. Seems all right. First down as Holloway drops straight back, as all day. Goes down the middle with it. The ball is bobbled around, and Jackson can't pull it in. Threw it pretty hard for such a short pass. He had two people deep, but they were taken away from him by the Miami secondary.
The theory of that particular pattern was to hit Jackson underneath. Jackson having 4.6 speed and hope that he could outrun going against the grain and make a big gain out of it. Just didn't work.
As I said a while ago, time now is so precious for Oklahoma. Trailing by 13 points. 2nd and 10. Holloway up the middle.
What a play, Keith.
He gets to the 31-yard line, which leaves him 3 yards short of the first down.
Oklahoma is going without the huddle. They need 2 scores, 2 touchdowns, and 2 extra points.
The pass is thrown and dropped by Damon Stell. The pass was thrown low and thrown again very hard by Holloway on a short pattern. It was enough yardage for the first down, but Stell couldn't pull it in. Now it's 4th down. 4th.
Doesn't it sound funny, Keith, calling Keith Jackson?
Mm-hmm.
He's a great player. Just a sophomore. Just a sophomore. Highly recruited by everybody.
Yeah, but he had good sense. He stayed in the general area, stayed in the home area to play his football. I thought right decision for him. Holloway drops a football. Tried to pick it up, and an Oklahoma man fell on it. But it was 4th down as the ball was tipped away from Holloway, and number 68, Anthony Phillips, fell on it before Holloway could pick it up.
Holloway was going to try to break the rush between Brown and Jones, 98 and 66, and as he comes right up the middle, the ball is just stripped out of him. Just a little bit of inexperience there. The freshman quarterbacks substituting for the...
And I have about Troy Aikman, the quarterback. You mentioned to me 6 weeks. If he does come back right around that Nebraska time, will it be too stiff to play, or will he be back at all this season?
Well, it'll depend on how his rehabilitation goes and how his healing is, but I would imagine he'll be awfully stiff because he'll require a cast for at least 6 weeks. And the stiffness in the ankle, just how soon he will limber up, that's just a matter of how fast we can rehabilitate him and how his body responds to it.
I was in there when you looked at the x-rays and you said 6 weeks is the average. Is this a bad break, though, or is it just a green crack?
This is a horrible break for us, but as far as the fracture goes, it's a non-displaced fracture, and it should heal without problem.
Okay, thank you very much.
You bet.
Keep on until the game was pretty much in hand. It was the forward pass that Miami used to pierce the armor of Oklahoma. And they win it by a final score of 27-14 on the road. Well, the story has been told for this Saturday in Norman, Oklahoma. Keith Jackson, Frank Broyles, and Tim Brandt.
Jimmy, one of your fans just said, did you expect this upset? After watching your ball club today at Strong, I don't consider it an upset.
Well, we said all week long we were the best football team. I felt like that we were the best team. Our coaches did a good job of preparing the team. I'm really pleased that we played with so much poise. So many young players out there, and they played with a lot of poise in front of 76,000 people here at OU. And so I'm just pleased with the way our guys played.
Two things we talked about earlier, the turnovers that you suffered earlier in the year and your offensive line being young. Tell me about your reaction to the performance there.
Well, the offensive line has come on strong. We have made steady improvement throughout this season. Our team hadn't gotten a whole lot of recognition. I don't know why, because we've been playing pretty good. We've been beating people by 4 and 5 touchdowns, but they just kind of forgot about us, I guess.
Congratulations, Jimmy. Good luck the rest of the way.
Okay, thank you, Tim.